Alright, good morning everybody. My name is Graample. This is Pac Man 2, probably the most underrated game in the entire series. But I'll be running the Super Nintendo version of this game. There's a Genesis version of the game as well, but as they say, Super Nintendo is a little prettier, Genesis is faster. So timing starts when I hit game start. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so right off the bat, there's going to be a very, very tight trick that I have to land. I gotta scare Pac Man with this windmill. Come on. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, every mistake in this game actually costs so much time. There we go. So the whole point of that is so that you can skip this whole interaction with the farmer here. And this game centers around like all of Pac-Man's mood states. You actually control the slingshot, not Pac-Man himself. So all I need to do is shoot at stuff in the environment to influence his movement. But right here, I'm gonna knock off this milk bottle, and as soon as this crow goes away, he's gonna milk the cow. And so this game came out at a time when like Saturday morning cartoons were a huge deal. And so Namco decided, oh, all the other companies are making like mascot games, we'll make our own. And so this game has like 4 episodes that you play through. Alright, so I pissed off the cow, so we'll take a death warp here. And we're gonna head back home with that milk bottle. And the way that movement works in this game is like really, really specific. So when he starts moving, there's actually like a little bit of a wind up to it. So whenever I need to catch Pac-Man's attention to something, I always try to do it like as close to the object as possible. Oops, I overmatched that. Alright, so next we gotta get a flower for Lucy's birthday. I'm gonna skip the whole farm by knocking this wasp's nest out of the tree. Pac-Man's gonna see it and just lose his mind. And so the flower that I need to get is at the top of a mountain. So I'm gonna turn him around here and convince him to take the lift. It's amazing that, like, this game can be beaten so quickly. There's just so much content in it that gets, like, unseen in the run. And so right off the bat, I'm gonna skip his looking around animation by pissing him off. Oop, hit the danger sign. We're gonna get him out of the way and put him in the absolute saddest that we can get him. That's so that he doesn't look at the log or the waterfall. I'm gonna throw out a power pellet here. So here comes one of the run's bigger time losses. It's your positioning when you land as Super Pac-Man and making sure that he's facing the right way. Looks like I'm not gonna get it. Oh, perfect. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so he's gonna eat a power pellet real quick. And I need him to land in between the guidepost and the minecart. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, but he turned around. Of course. You want him to get in the minecart without reading the guide sign. Okay, so here comes a big run killer. If I mess up at all in this minecart section, I gotta start over from the beginning. So it's really, really important that I don't miss any hits. Or, you know, get Pac Man crushed or whatever. I'll wait a bit and shoot. Perfect. Okay, wait here. And zip past this one. Wait again. And zip past that guy. Easy. Yeah, this game is known as the meme game to a lot of people. The rocks are gonna drop boulders here, but luckily I can just zoom right past them. I don't even need to worry about shooting them off. Okay, there's a jump here, and we're safe. Okay, I'm gonna wait here, and let's go. Alright, hard part's over. Easy. So the whole reason that I went to the minecart section first, instead of going up the mountain to pick the flower, is so that I can kill one of the ghosts down here. And he's holding an ID card. So you need to collect 3 ID cards in order to open the door to the final boss of the game. So they're hiding in a box, so I'm gonna get this box. I'm gonna chomp on all of them. So I want Pac Man to land as close to the ID as possible. Ah, okay, well, that's alright. Look at this guy, taking fake IDs from ghosts. In a cave. Okay, so right now Pac Man's trapped. So in order to escape, I need to get him mad. So he's gonna look at that water droplet and just say, okay, well, I didn't want that to happen. And there's the console to get him out. He's gonna get frustrated with trying to fix it. I'm gonna give him a little nudge in the right direction. And he's free. There's a skip here where you use a power pellet. I think a couple of the runs used on the leaderboard. But I timed it out and it's actually a little slower to do it there. Alright, so this time I can't knock him out of the way. I have to shoot this boulder. Okay, now it's luck that he's gonna turn and look at it. I'm hoping he doesn't. Oh god. Of course. Alright, so let's climb the ladder, or I mean the rope. And we'll get to the second skill-based part of the game. There's a quick series of events here. I'm gonna shoot him up here, knock him to his senses. I'm gonna get this hang glider out of the tree. And there's 3 hits that I gotta get on this rock. Surprisingly, this rock's a run killer, because if you miss, he's gonna trip over it, and then you gotta start over. So this whole hang glider section is pretty safe. Everything's basically scripted. I'm high enough so that this boulder won't actually hit me. Makes you wonder what Pac Man's like going through just to get this girl Lucy a flower for her birthday. He's literally climbing the highest mountain in his area. Alright, there's a ghost coming up here with the rock. I gotta make sure I hit him. Alright, we're good. We'll go up 3 times. Yep, we're going higher. Alright. Pretty smooth sailing. Ha! Psych, you thought! Alright, so Pac Man's gonna be really relieved that he got through that, so he's gonna be in a really good mood. Okay, so coming up here is a balloon. Here's one of the differences from the Super Nintendo and Genesis version. The off-screen boundaries that you have to despawn objects are way bigger on Super Nintendo. I'm assuming it's because of its like native resolution. But I basically want to despawn that balloon so Pac Man doesn't waste time trying to catch it. Alright, and here's the flower fields, and he's just gonna pick one here. Easy. Alright, so I'm at the top of the mountain, so you're wondering, like, what's the fastest way to get down? I'm just gonna shoot this vine, convince him to look at it. He's gonna tug on this vine. Straight down. Okay, so we're gonna come back to the farm here. As soon as I get here, I'm gonna knock the chicken out of the coop, and it's gonna just spook Pac-Man out. Like, chill, dude, it's just a chicken. I'm gonna hit him before he hits the tree. If he runs into the tree, it's really bad, because the wasp's nest from earlier falls out, and you don't want that. That's like a good 30 seconds wasted. Okay, so moving on to the next episode of the game. Pac Jr.'s guitar gets stolen, so you need to head into the city and find it. So I'm gonna knock this wasp's nest out of the tree again. I swear, like, I've played this game so many times, but the animations just never get old. Alright, so there's a trash can here with 3 ghosts in it. One of them's holding another ID. And again, positioning is key. What's it gonna be? Oh, right on top. Oh, and he's facing the right way. That's the ideal situation. Okay, so you'll notice here that there's an arcade, right? In here, you can actually play the original Pac Man. And so, you need to set a high score in that original Pac Man so that you can get the code to open the door to the final boss. But luckily, the code doesn't change, so I have it memorized. Okay, so Pac Man's in a good mood. We don't want that. That's not fast. So I'm gonna just make him angry. When he's mad, he's gonna just completely ignore this soda machine here. If you've ever played this game, this soda machine is like the most frustrating thing in the world. Alright, so I'm gonna make this kid cry. Oh! No. Unfortunately, Pac Man didn't pay attention, so we're gonna piss him off the old-fashioned way. And this is the absolute angriest he can get in the game. It's like, why'd you shoot that kid, dude? And it pisses him off. Rightfully so. Okay, we're gonna attract him towards this fence. The security guard's gonna be like, nope, you can't go through this one. Dude, it's so creepy. Alright, I'm gonna free him here. Feed him a power pellet. Easy. there's the guitar. Start with these two ghosts so that the guitar moves closer to the station. Perfect. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not good at original Pac Man, so we're not gonna be wasting, like, what, 10 minutes playing the original Pac Man. Okay, now that we got the guitar, we can just head straight back. I'm gonna feed him a pellet here so that he doesn't bother trying to get a hot dog or stare at this cat here. He's not facing the right way. Okay, and once again, pass by this farm by shooting the chicken coop. Like, his eyes are literally just popping out of his face. Okay, and go home. Okay, so this takes us to the final episode of the game. There's a news report that there's gum being stolen right out of kids' mouths. And so Pac Man's just angry, trying to find out who did it. So this is the last time I have to hit this wasp nest out of the tree. And so since this is a longer segment, I need to preserve the amount of power pellets that I use. And so mistakes here are more costly. Like, I could lose upwards of like 2 minutes. So really gotta watch the timing here. This is a neat concept for a game. It's kind of a shame that they didn't think of bringing this mechanic back to like a sequel or something. Point and click, if you will. Okay, so I want him to go right, but there's a bunch of stuff along the street that we don't want him to bother with. So we're gonna keep him over here. And he's gonna land right in the gondola. Perfect. Okay, so here's a Super Nintendo exclusive trick coming up. So I'm gonna throw out a power pellet right away, and he's gonna eat it. Now the way that ghosts spawn in this game is they spawn once you get to your destination, right? And then in Genesis you have to wait till they like spook Pac Man. And there's the last ID. Let's make sure I land in the right spot. Alright, perfect. Three fake IDs. That's what gets you into secret evil lairs. So, not much going on in this rooftop segment. Just taking a nice leisurely stroll. Alright, so I'm gonna attract him towards this chain. Give him a little boost up. And some parkour. Dude, I would be relieved too. Okay, so here's a good, like, 30 seconds of me not doing anything. So Pac Man's gonna come along this gap, and he's gonna be like, oh, I can take care of this one. Leave it to me. Look at those skills. Unfortunately, he made the wrong call there. Alright, let's wake him up. Okay, so I need to make the kid cry again, but it's in a really precise spot, so I like to call this the trash can snipe, because if I miss, I'm gonna hit the trash can. Oh! Okay, we're good. He's like, why'd you do that? The sprite work in this game is so good. Yeah, that's right, you aggressively fixed that fire hydrant. Okay, we're gonna bop him right into the hole. Snap him to his senses, and skip over the whole sewer. Alright, so there's a ladder at the end of this sewer. In the Genesis version, there's like a super tight window to get him to climb the ladder. And so at the very top, if you shoot Pac Man, it'll get him right up to the loading zone, but unfortunately it doesn't work in the Super Nintendo version. So now we're in a secret underground lab. And so I threw this power pellet here because in the next room, in the Genesis version, if you can make him look down immediately. And if you do that, you can throw a power pellet at him, and it saves like 20, 30 seconds. But unfortunately, it doesn't work in the Super Nintendo version. So we gotta go through this whole segment. Okay, so this machine right here is gonna turn Pac Man into a ghost, unless he grabs this chain. It swings to safety. And we're clear. Alright, so you need at least one power pellet to fight the final boss. So I'm gonna grab a secret one out of one of the beakers in this lab. So Pac Man's in a good mood. So he's feeling pretty confident. He can jump over this laser, no problem. Look at those skills. I don't even need to do anything. Alright, so I'm gonna put those 3 ID cards that I grabbed earlier to use. So the code is 415, but I can actually put them in any order. So 5, 4, 1. That's the fastest way to go through that. Alright, so coming up is all the chewed up gum is going to be formed up into a monster. And so I gotta hit this monster's face enough times to make it go back into its pool. But at the same time, I have to keep Pac Man alive, because he's gonna try to like swing at him. And so timing is gonna end on the last hit of this monster. Here it is. The gum monster. And arm. Almost there. Time. 23:57. Not bad, not bad. And there you have it. Pac Man saves the day. Did it all by himself. So the witch's plans are foiled, runs away, and that's the end of the game. I'd like to give a big shout out to Party Man X for setting a record so high. made it a real challenge to beat it. Consider making a donation to No Kid Hungry. I'm sure there's plenty of families out there that aren't able to feed their kids right now because of the economic situation. So, I mean, schools are literally handing out food, but the kids have to go get them. You know what I mean? So, so up next we have Super Turrican, underrated game from Factor 5 if you don't know, the German studio, not the American one. And so, yeah, thanks for having me. It was a real pleasure.